Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. There comes a time in life when feeling deeply starts to feel like drowning. What once brought us connection now leaves us exhausted. What used to feel like love begins to feel like pressure. And the emotions we once trusted starts pulling us in directions that don't serve us. This isn't weakness, it's a signal that it's time to shift. To stop letting emotions rule you and to start letting clarity guide you. Emotions are real, powerful, necessary, but they are not facts, and they are not always wise. They rise like storms, sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, but always temporary. If you let every emotional impulse shape your choices, you'll build your life on chaos. And no matter how good your heart is, a heart without boundaries is a recipe for burnout. You can feel anger without acting in anger. You can experience sadness without drowning in it. You can acknowledge fear without letting it make your decisions. The strength isn't in feeling nothing. The strength is in feeling everything and still choosing peace. Too often we confuse giving with love. We convince ourselves that losing ourselves is part of the price. We call it loyalty, we call it devotion, but it's really self-erasure. If loving someone means abandoning your voice, your needs, your peace, that's not love, that's submission. You were not created to disappear into someone else's life. You were created to stand beside them, whole, not broken, not dependent, not invisible. Real love doesn't ask you to betray yourself. It doesn't expect you to silence your truth to make someone else more comfortable. It doesn't punish you for having limits or needs. You don't need to earn your place in someone's life by constantly proving your worth. And if someone only values you when you're saying yes, they don't value you, they value your compliance. Here's the truth. The people who guilt you when you set boundaries are the ones who benefited from your lack of them. The ones who call you selfish for choosing peace are often the ones who expected you to bleed quietly. But you are allowed to change. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to stop sacrificing yourself for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you. How many times have you explained your boundaries to people who never respected them? How often have you stayed quiet hoping to keep the peace only to lose your own? You don't owe everyone access to you. You don't owe explanations to people who don't want to understand. You don't owe your emotional labor to those who drain you. Some people only know how to take, and you've been conditioned to believe that giving more will make them stay or finally treat you right. But no amount of self-sacrifice can teach someone how to value you. You've given your heart away in pieces, thinking that being needed was the same as being loved. But love that drains you isn't love. It's dependency, it's control, it's a performance. Real love sees you, hears you, respects you. Not for how little you complain, not for how much you tolerate, but for who you are, fully, deeply, unapologetically. It's not cold to protect your energy. It's not rude to walk away from what hurts you. It's not selfish to stop showing up for people who only show up when it's convenient. You are allowed to reserve your softness for those who can handle it. You are allowed to rest without guilt, to say not today, to say not anymore. Because your peace is not negotiable. Your healing is not up for discussion, and your worth is not based on how much you endure. Some people will never thank you for the love you gave, only resent you when you stop giving it. But that's not a reason to keep bleeding. That's a reason to stop. You don't have to explain your pain to people who caused it. You don't have to carry emotional weight that isn't yours. Your soul was not made to be a landfill for other people's damage. This is your permission to be kind and unavailable, to be loving and distant when needed, to care without fixing, to be present without staying where you're not honored. You don't need to justify your peace. You don't need to earn your rest. Because the moment you choose yourself without guilt, without apology, is the moment your real life begins. Not the life where you're chasing validation, not the life where your value is tied to what you offer, but the life where you are rooted in your worth, whole, clear, free. And from that place, you can love more deeply, you can give more intentionally, you can live more truthfully, not because you're trying to be enough, but because you finally know that you already are. And remember, you were not born to be a background character in someone else's life. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this video. If you feel that this video resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it with anyone to remind them to choose themselves. Have a wonderful day. From my heart to yours, Namaste.